Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome to my channel, and with today's announcement of Borderlands 2 VR free DLC coming soon, the only right thing to do is to preview all of them. I know some of you never played Borderlands 2 in past, and Borderlands 2 VR was your first experience with this game. So you might not know about the DLCs and what they bring into the table, but I'm gonna tell you all about it. If you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. Okay, in the background, let me just notify you, plays the trailer for Borderlands 3, and I only put it there in this video because at the Gearbox show they said that they got some more news regarding VR. They didn't specify what games and what's happening, but they said they got some more news, but they saved it for the later date. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe Borderlands 3 gonna get VR? Maybe later date means that this VR gonna come on PS5. Nobody knows. Maybe they've got some more VR games, maybe they gonna release first Borderlands in VR. I have no idea, but there is more VR news coming from Gearbox, which is awesome because it just shows that they really embraced the technology and they really hyped about their product. They spoke on stage how they listened to feedback and how they bring aim controller, which we all wanted, and by the way plays awesome with aim, but also they said they read all the other comments about the DLC, so they bring in this now. First of all, we're gonna focus on 4 major expansions. There was tons and tons more DLC for Borderlands. I'm gonna touch about the small ones a bit as well, but mainly I want to focus about the 4 big ones. So without waiting, let's do it. First DLC to release for Borderlands 2 was Captain Scarlett and her pirate's booty. All the DLC are a bit of a mouthful, like the developers predicted that in the future there will be some foreign Polish blokes struggling to say names of it. But anyway, this DLC gives you 9 story missions and 19 side missions, as well as new environment with tons of new areas. You're gonna get new vehicle like a hoverboat on the sand, of course new weapon, new enemies. Main story is about 4.5 hours long, but if you want to do everything what this DLC got on the offer, then you're looking about 11 hours, something like that. And as the title suggests, you're gonna enter new environment and you'll be looking for a long lost treasure.
Sorry, I'm Captain Scarlett. Nice to meet ya. You want to get to the top of the rock spire, fight your way to the top of the lighthouse, then we'll find out where the treasure is buried and probably try to race one another to reach it first. It'll be fun! Long story short, I dig your skills. I'd like to look for the treasure of the sands with you. Now, full disclosure, I will absolutely stab you in the back somewhere down the road. But for now, we stand a better chance of finding that treasure if we work together.
Second DLC that released for Borderlands 2 was Mr. Torgue's campaign of Carnage. And this DLC gives you quite a lot of missions because there is 15 story missions but also 25 side missions. So you've got 40 brand new missions to play. Of course, new weapons, new areas, new enemies, new bosses, it all comes as given in this DLC. If you just do main story, then it's gonna take you around 3 hours, but if you want to do everything what this DLC got on offer, then you're looking at the time of around 7 to 8 hours, so another big addition.
Sponsor you. Piston will take you under his muscly wing, and we will open that vault together.
What's up, shorty? I'ma be your trainer. Right now you like pow, but when I'm done you're gonna be like kill it pow!
The most buxom sponsor of the history of Pandora, Mad Moxie!
Miss me, sugar?
grill you and make sandwiches out of your corpse.
It's time for a lube explosion! The Vault Hunter's looking badass out there!
Nobody puts on a show like the Vault Hunter!
Badass quitter, badass attitude!
Third DLC for Borderlands 2 was Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt, and this DLC had 5 main story missions as well as 12 optional missions. Also, it gave you a brand new vehicle to add it to the mix, and of course I don't need to mention new enemies, new locations, just loads and loads of new stuff for you to play around with. The main story will take you about 4.5 hours, and if you want to do everything what this DLC got on offer, you looking at around 9 hours, so yet another big addition to the game.
Vault Hunter, it appears we shan't get a moment's peace as long as this Nakayama fellow keeps hassling us to go fight him.
You're about to face the deadliest Hyperion technology you've ever seen.
Within the bowels of this continent lie dozens of creatures for us to track down. Savages roam these lands. Nevertheless, we should be fine so long as we don't make too much noise.
Tally-ho!
Thank you for joining me on this expedition, by the by. One can get rather lonely on treks such as these, and my right hand being made of metal, I'm incapable of amusing myself in the way most other males would.
Keep grabbing that loot! Minion! Minion! Come on, everybody! Nobody? Just me? Okay.
You may be a walking apocalypse, but I've got my brain and my guns.
Vault Hunter, I fear things are about to get hairy.
So ends another Vault Hunter adventure!
And finally, the 4th DLC, and probably the most crazy DLC of them all. Just look at the trailer playing for you in the background, looks pretty awesome. It's Tiny Stina Assault on Dragon's Keep. This DLC got 4 main story missions and 27 side missions, and as you can see, it's taking place in like fantasy world. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons games in Borderlands. I don't want to give you too much of the story of them all DLCs, just for you to be surprised if you never played it, but I really like them all. Some are better than others, but nevertheless, all of them are fun. All of them bring in new DLCs, new characters, new vehicles, new class modes, new shields, and of course shitloads of loot.
Hey, at least you get to die in unimaginable freaking pain.
Okay, how about a new boss?
I am Mr. Booty Pants Guy.
This ain't gonna protect me for balls, but I feel pretty hot right now, ain't gonna lie.
Handsome sorcerer here. See, I kidnapped your queen like 3 hours ago. She's already in my tower. Thanks for helping me summon the Ghost King here, though. That was nice. Have fun dying!
That gun fires exploding swords! I did not know the meaning of happiness until this moment!
I hear you need help defeating the Ghost King. If you can help me, I'll help you.
Whoa, wait a minute! You're the jackass who killed Ragnar the Emancipator! Die! Lightning bolt!
Magic missile!
Fireball!
The handsome sorcerer's pet dragon appears! Surprise attack!
Finally. Free to wreak my vengeance upon the world!
But apart from those big main DLC, there was as well a Headhunter packs, which basically it's 5 smaller DLCs, all of each running for about an hour each with some new locations, so definitely tons and tons of content with all the new DLCs. If you're going to do everything that's possible in them, you're looking at another extra 50 hours of the gameplay time, and it's all for you for free if you already own Borderlands 2 VR. Plus, of course, you can replay the game with 2 DLC characters, Gage the Necromancer and Craig the Psycho. So there is tons and tons of content, very nice of Gearbox that they bring in it. It's gonna be with us this summer. There is no exact release date yet, but I think it's about time we start getting slightly hyped for it, or even more mega hyped, because I just cannot wait. And as well, I cannot wait for more VR announcements from Gearbox. What it's gonna be, I don't know yet, but I'm expecting something pretty cool. And that's it, bye.